In this gripping episode, Sharon's world spirals into chaos as she uncovers evidence that her medications were tampered with, resulting in disorienting hallucinations and troubling memory gaps. The discovery leaves her questioning who could be behind such a malicious act, adding layers to her already fragile state. The aftermath of this revelation brings Sharon face to face with her inner demons. She wrestles with a deep sense of guilt over her past, particularly her involvement in Heather's tragic death. Turning to Nick, Mariah, and Michael for solace, Sharon seeks understanding and support amid mounting uncertainty. Meanwhile, tensions boil over between Ian and Jordan, whose fragile alliance begins to crack under the weight of unmet expectations. Jordan confronts Ian with a bold ultimatum: deliver on his promises or risk the collapse of their carefully laid plans. The confrontation underscores the growing mistrust and power struggles within their partnership. As the characters navigate betrayal, guilt, and the fallout of their decisions, the episode delivers emotional twists and suspense, leaving fans on edge. Sharon's growing suspicions of Phyllis add another layer of intrigue, setting the stage for even more dramatic revelations ahead. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, Pulse Canvas. It's me, Julie, here. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Keep watching, so let's dive into today's video. Jack and Diane's unified front. Jack and Diane's reappearance at Society set off fireworks when they encountered Victor. A heated exchange followed, with Nikki making it clear she disapproved of Jack and Diane's reconciliation. Jack confirmed their reunion, attributing it to Kyle's influence, but Victor's veiled threats cast a shadow over their moment of triumph. Diane accused Victor of manipulation, while he suggested their actions were staged to deceive him, adding tension to the Abbott-Newman feud. Jack later reassured Diane that Kyle would eventually forgive them and return to the family fold, a hope kindled during Thanksgiving. Nikki's disdain for Diane persisted, but Jack remained determined to shield their son from Victor's schemes, despite Diane's fears that their efforts might cost them Kyle's affection. Kyle's torn loyalties. Kyle's struggles with his parents' decisions led him to a heart-to-heart with Claire at the Abbott mansion. While discussing gifts for Harrison, Claire encouraged Kyle to see his parents' actions as motivated by love. Kyle reconciled with Diane, acknowledging her attempts to protect him from Victor's influence, even at the expense of her relationship with him. With Claire's support, Kyle resolved to mend his bond with his family and return to Abbott, setting the stage for a new chapter. Sharon's legal battle and emotional turmoil. Sharon faced a personal and legal crisis as she grappled with the aftermath of Heather's death. Her decision to plead guilty weighed heavily on those around her, particularly Michael and Nick. Michael warned her of the potential 25-year sentence, while Nick suspected her prescription medication had been tampered with, possibly explaining her erratic behavior. Despite her guilt, Sharon agreed to wait for the results of Nick's investigation, clinging to a glimmer of hope. In parallel, Ian and Jordan's plot against Sharon introduced a sinister element. Disguised and spying on Faith, Jordan's actions raised the stakes. Meanwhile, Nick worked tirelessly to uncover the truth, though Michael worried the evidence might be suppressed. Sharon, overcome with emotion, feared missing key milestones in her children's lives, but Nick's unwavering support helped her persevere. Phyllis' ongoing resentments. Phyllis, ever the agitator, clashed with Sharon at Crimson Lights and accused her of deception. Her bitterness extended to Michael for supporting Sharon, and she found herself in conflict with Christine over inconsistencies in crash evidence. Phyllis' sharp tongue and unrelenting vendettas highlighted her turbulent relationships as she continued to stir trouble in Genoa City. Romance and reconciliation. Amid the tension, tender moments surfaced. Kyle and Claire deepened their bond, sharing intimate conversations and moments of levity. Claire's confession about her difficult past brought them closer, culminating in a heartfelt embrace. Meanwhile, Sally and Billy's relationship faced scrutiny from Adam and Phyllis. Despite the challenges, they reaffirmed their connection, choosing to rise above the chaos. As the week concluded, Genoa City residents were left to grapple with the fallout of their actions and decisions. With alliances shifting and secrets unraveling, the stage is set for even more drama in the days ahead. Stay tuned as the intrigue continues to unfold. Outside the Abbott house, Abby and Devon kiss before returning to reality. They promise to never lose this feeling, and she calls him husband. Ashley opens the door and is standing there with Dom. She welcomes them home. They pick up their son and tell him how much they missed him. Inside, Ashley laughs over all the presents Abby and Devon brought Dom from Fiji. Abby asks Ashley why she had Dom and not Luis. Ashley wanted more quality time with her grandson and relays that they made a Santa list and baked some cookies. She admits she wanted to welcome them home personally and hear about their honeymoon. She goes off to get cookies before hearing all about it. Devon tells Dom how much he missed him, and Abby gushes about how perfect their life is. They kiss. Ashley returns, and Abby tells her about their bungalow over the water and the romantic sunsets. She gifts her mother with a beautiful painting made locally. It means strength and fortitude. Devon tells Ashley if she's interested. They got back some wedding photos. Ashley scoffs, "If I'm interested." They all look at the photos taken before the crash. Ashley remembers they left before hearing about all the crazy stuff surrounding Heather's murder. At Nate's place, Audra has brought coffee and scones from Crimson Lights. She worries about being unemployed. She might have to become one of Santa's elves. Talk turns to Amy, and Nate says he hired a private eye recommended by Devon to find Damien. It may not be long before he comes face to face with his half-brother. Audra's impressed. "You're not wasting any time." Nate thinks Amy deserves a reunion with her son. He asks what she thinks about her now. Audra says that she has a good feeling about her now. Nate's relieved. He's glad he's not wrong about trusting her. He explains he's put the PI in touch with Amy to get the pertinent details, and then they wait. Audra asks how he's feeling about all of this. Nate felt some trepidation at first, but he's become more intrigued and is actually looking forward to seeing what his older brother is like. Audra can't imagine what that will be like. Nate recaps that Damien's had a complicated life. He may not be thrilled when they come knocking. Audra thinks he'll be grateful considering his mother is dying. Nate reminds her Amy's kept the secret of his paternity all these years. This robbed Damien of a chance to know their father. Audra says that's all in the past. They can't change that, so what good does it do to focus on it? Nate says it sounds like Damien needs help. Maybe that will make up for all the opportunities that were lost, for all of them. At Society, neither Faith nor Sharon is eating much breakfast. Faith worries this was a bad idea. She still can't believe her mother was drugged. Who would want to do that to her and why? Sharon admits it's terrifying. She's afraid for herself, but even more so for her family. Sharon says if someone had access to her medication, they've been watching her. She worries that any of them, and even Daniel or Lucy, could still be in danger. They go over convincing an unhappy Noah to stay in London. Sharon tells Faith she also needs to leave and go back to college. Phyllis appears. She agrees. Faith needs to get away from her homicidal whack job of a mother. At Crimson Lights, Ian slips in right behind Mariah's back and listens as she and Nick discuss Sharon's meds being drugged. Nick thinks the most terrifying part of this is that it might be someone they know. They wonder if the pills were altered at the pharmacy or if it was an accident or a random crazy person. Nick's gut tells him there's nothing arbitrary about this. It happened repeatedly. It's not accidental. It's targeted. Mariah hates thinking that somebody could do something so heinous to Sharon and that it might be someone they know. Ian sits on the patio and eavesdrops as Nick tells Mariah that Chance will reopen the investigation. The police will be all over it. Maria says it's not safe for anybody right now. Ian shakes his head. Oh, you have no idea with that. He jumps up and leaves. Maria notices the door and tells Nick she's on edge. Nick can only imagine what Sharon's going through. At Society, Sharon tells Phyllis they've already done this. She's apologized and she'll be apologizing for the rest of her life. Phyllis wants justice. Sharon's sitting there having pancakes with her daughter. She'd like to have pancakes with Heather. How is her son supposed to move on and grieve? Sharon says she's changing her plea to guilty. Phyllis is glad and urges her to go do it right now. Sharon says there's a procedure involved. Phyllis wonders if this is a stall tactic for Michael and reminds Sharon if the system doesn't exact justice, she'll do it herself and show her no mercy. Faith hollers, "Stop! That's enough. Leave my mother alone." Faith declares that her other is not some monster. Phyllis sighs, "Faith, I really hate to break it to you, but you have to admit it." Sharon hollers, "Stop it, Phyllis." She tells her she can come at her, but not her child. She tells her to get out of there. Phyllis isn't going anywhere and tells Faith she's concerned about her living with an admitted murderer. Faith protests that her mother was drugged. Phyllis rolls her eyes and warns Sharon if she gets away with killing Heather, she will wish she'd gone to prison. Sharon advises her to look out for her own family and leave hers alone. Daniel comes in as Phyllis asks if that's a threat. Sharon and Faith file out and Daniel asks his mother, "What was that?" At Nate's place, Audra thinks he's putting too much pressure on himself to fix things for Amy and Damien. She muses that it must be his surgeon god complex. Nate just wants to have the best outcome. Audra says if Damien is open to a relationship with him, she has zero doubt he will have a positive impact on his life. He thanks her for that and for being on his side. They hold hands. At the Abbott mansion, Devon and Abby learn from Ashley about Sharon running Phyllis off the road and confessing to Heather's murder. It sounds like a sociopath and someone much more dangerous than Sharon, Ashley says. Ian returns to the motel and startles a napping Jordan. She rants about Claire falling for the Newmans' lies and complains about Ian putting his hat on the bed, which is bad luck. He hollers at her to shut, and she warns him not to talk to her like that again. Ian puts her on notice that Nick Newman is getting the police involved again because of her shoddy work. Jordan's sick of him focusing on her problems. "Have you even laid you baby blues on Claire or Victoria or Cole?" Ian barks, "Priorities." Jordan says it's time for him to scratch her back. She can't stand watching Claire playing tonsil hockey with that nepo baby Kyle Abbott when she raised her to be so pure. Ian says his problems are bigger. They have to think fast or the entire plan could be derailed. At Society, Phyllis tells Daniel that it's unbelievable the lengths Sharon will go to in order to avoid paying for her crime. She's convinced this is all Michael. Daniel asks if she has a new defense. Phyllis says they're trying to claim that someone drugged her. Daniel thinks about this. Phyllis asks, "You don't believe that's true, do you?" At Crimson Lights, Sharon and Faith tell Nick and Mariah about Phyllis' attack. Sharon is worried about Faith. Yesterday, Lucy came after her. Today, it was Phyllis. And now they've learned someone is targeting her. It's not safe for her there, and she should go back to college. What if this person isn't finished yet? Nick is with Sharon on this one. Faith's upset. Nick says there's a predator after her mother, and maybe the whole family. Your safety has to be a priority, Faith. Faith appeals to Maria, but she's with Nick and Sharon. Faith declares that she's not going anywhere, and they can't force her to. They stick together as a family. Isn't that what they've always taught her? At Nate's place, he thinks Audra's grown from her experiences. She hopes her judgment has gotten better, but trust isn't really her thing. Nate tells her to follow his lead. It's not nearly as scary as she thinks it is. Audra says what's scary is getting doors slammed in her face. Nate offers to reach out to his cousin again, but Audra wants to do this her way. Besides, Devon already said no and isn't likely to change his mind. Nate thinks Devon would feel differently if he saw her as he does. He likes having her in his life and wants her by his side, if that's not too scary for her. She assures him that's exactly where she will be, and they kiss passionately. More, my and our weekly preview video. At Society, Daniel assumes that Michael wouldn't go for a defense like Sharon being drugged without proof. Phyllis reminds him how many times Sharon belittled his family and attacked Lucy and made her run away in tears. Daniel hasn't forgotten, but her recent behavior doesn't jive with the Sharon they've always known. Maybe there is something to this theory. In the motel room, Jordan and Ian bicker. He hollers that she convinced him that she could pull this off, and now they're on the verge of getting caught. Jordan shoves him and reminds him that she's the master of this thing. He mocks her for getting caught in Victor's cage. She slaps the vodka out of his hand and calls him a bastard. She's done everything he's asked of her. Her details are as important as his. Ian shouldn't be surprised she lost her focus while tainting Sharon's medication. Jordan insists there's nothing that will lead back to them. At Crimson Lights, Nick and Sharon relent and allow Faith to stay in town, but Sharon says she won't stop worrying. Who could hate her this much? Nick vows they'll find out. Chance will reopen the investigation. He asks Sharon if she's on board with not pleading guilty. She says she still killed Heather. Maria says she had PCP in her system. This is about getting justice for her. If she goes to prison, whoever did this gets away with it. Nick urges Sharon, don't just do it for us. Do it for yourself. At the Abbott mansion, Devon takes Dom to clean his face. Ashley asks Abby to hear more about her trip. Abby wants to talk about her and asks, "How are you? You seem really strong. Are you feeling okay?" Ashley won't lie. It's not perfect. Abby hugs her. "What's going on? Are you okay?" Ashley's having some nightmares about Paris, that's all. Abby has to ask, "Do you think that the date is gone?" Ashley thinks she made a lot of progress at the clinic. Abby's glad. She asks if she was able to deal with the repressed trauma. Ashley admits nothing really came of it. They hug and Abby looks worried. In the motel, Ian tells Jordan she'd better hope nothing can be traced back to them. He can blow her freedom all to hell. Jordan vows she'll take him down with her. Ian says they'd better pull this off, or they can kiss both of their futures goodbye. At Society, Phyllis tells Daniel this Sharon was drugged thing is a ploy to stay out of prison. Daniel argues she was acting out of character. Phyllis says the rage could have been building up for 20 years. She's not a stable person. Daniel says part of him wants to believe there's another explanation. He's having a hard time believe she's capable of murder. Phyllis insists that this is an attempt to keep her out of prison. They're trying to save that bitch's ass. I'm not going to let anyone get away with this. At Crimson Lights, Sharon's loved ones are relieved when she says she won't change her not guilty plea and she'll fight. There's a condition, however. She wants to have a trained professional hypnotize her. Sharon needs to know what happened when she blacked out. If they're lucky, maybe it will give them the missing answers they need. The Young and the Restless is heating up as explosive drama unfolds across Genoa City. First, Kyle Abbott delivers a shocking betrayal to Claire, leaving her heartbroken and vulnerable. Just when Claire thought she could trust Kyle, his actions will send ripples through their already fragile relationship, setting the stage for painful confrontations. Meanwhile, Lucy is fuming with rage as she discovers Kyle's betrayal. Her fury knows no bounds, and she's ready to make him pay for what he's done. Expect fireworks as Lucy confronts both Kyle and Claire, dragging their messy secrets into the open. Will she succeed in getting revenge, or will this only make things worse? On the other side of town, Michael Baldwin steps in to defend Kyle, backing his son even as his actions seem to spiral out of control. Will Michael's defense be enough to smooth over the fallout, or is Kyle's betrayal too much to overcome? And just when things seem to calm down, Summer Newman finds herself in a terrifying face-off with Ian Ward, a figure from her past who will stop at nothing to get what he wants. As Summer tries to protect herself and her family, will she be able to escape Ian's clutches, or is danger closing in on her? Get ready for a roller coaster of emotions, shocking betrayals, and high-stakes drama in the young and the restless. Don't miss a moment of the action. We knew from the moment Sharon blacked out and woke up to Heather's dead body that there were going to be some crazy twists and turns in this story before all was said and done. And that was before we knew Jordan and Ian were involved. After Sharon dumping Heather's body and framing Daniel for the murder, a near-fatal car crash involving Phyllis, a shocking confession, and a stunning reveal about Sharon's meds, well, the next twist is a doozy. We claimed in the headline that the next unbelievable twist would rock one certain person, and it's the truth, but it's also going to turn the world upside down for the entirety of the two families most affected by this storyline, Sharon's and Phyllis. Why? Because everything they thought to be true is about to change again. Crazy Aunt Jordan's latest report to Ian Ward was not encouraging. Thanks to Nick, Sharon's meds had been tested, and as she so tellingly warned her co-conspirator, they know about the PCP. We learned that Jordan somehow had been accessing Sharon's pills and dusting them with the drug, which led to her hallucinating and acting aggressive, and which accounts for the behavior that led her to the confrontation with Heather in the apartment on that fateful night. Although Jordan assured her partner in crime that there was no way the PCP plot could be traced back to them, Ian nonetheless warned her that she had better do something to ensure that the police didn't find their way to the door of their sad little motel room. Jordan is nothing if not crafty, and will need to come up with a way to throw the authorities off track. Taking a page from Sharon's book, there's no better way to get away with something than to pin it on someone else. The question Sharon and her family keep asking out loud, who would do this? Who would hate me enough to do this? Jordan's task now is to provide an answer to that question that will satisfy both them and Chance. Given the cop's penchant for not looking deeper than the first piece of evidence he finds, this should be child's play for Claire's crazy aunt. The scapegoat that she will choose to frame as the guilty party? It seems obvious given that this person is already doing a bang-up job of demonstrating that they hate Sharon enough to have gone to such an extreme to hurt her. Yep, we're talking about Phyllis. If our hunch is correct, Jordan will make it look like Phyllis laced Sharon's pills with PCP. Chance and the others will no doubt jump on this explanation given their history of animosity, and just like that, this whole case and the families involved will be turned upside down once again. Who knows how long they'll be forced to live yet another lie by Jordan and Ian until the truth inevitably emerges. Daniel and Summer will suddenly be blaming their mother for setting this whole thing in motion and causing Heather's death, and Nick, Faith, and Maria will blame her for everything Sharon has gone through. The tables will turn completely and rock her world, 'cause with her track record, no one is gonna believe Red when she claims she's being set up. What a mess. In the ever-dramatic world of Genoa City, one question has fans buzzing. Are Adam Newman and Chelsea Lawson destined to find their way back to each other? The young and the restless spoilers hint at a storm brewing as Victor Newman boldly declares his belief that Chelsea is Adam's true match. But will Victor's meddling reignite the flames of Chadam, or is this love story doomed to fade into history? Victor Newman's opinion on his son Adam's love life is never subtle. This time, he's made it clear that Chelsea is the ideal partner for Adam, a sentiment that has sparked intrigue and frustration among fans. Victor's tendency to involve himself in his children's affairs often leads to explosive drama, but his endorsement of Chelsea has been met with quiet nods from unlikely allies like Sally Spectra and Billy Abbott. Could this mean the tides are turning for Chadam? Chadam fans left hanging. Despite Victor's endorsement, fans hoping for a reunion between Adam and Chelsea have been left in limbo. A fleeting moment during the Newman family Thanksgiving celebration offered a glimpse of hope, but it wasn't enough to drive the storyline forward. Adam's scattered focus isn't helping matters. Between his jealousy over Sally's blossoming romance with Billy and his obsession with Sharon Newman's Sharon case struggles, Chelsea has seemingly become an afterthought. For Chadam fans, this lack of attention to their favorite couple feels like a betrayal. Is Adam letting Chelsea slip away? Adam's behavior has raised a crucial question. Has he truly moved on from Chelsea, or is he simply too distracted to fight for her? Historically, Adam's relentless nature would suggest he'd stop at nothing to win her back. Yet his current lack of effort feels uncharacteristic, leaving viewers to wonder if Chelsea is slipping through his fingers. To be fair, Chelsea hasn't exactly made it easy. Her emotional walls have signaled that a romantic future with Adam might be bleak. However, Adam's ability to navigate challenges has always been one of his defining traits. So why isn't he fighting for her now? A chance for redemption? If Adam wants to rekindle his romance with Chelsea, he'll need to shift his focus away from Sharon and Sally. Instead, he should prioritize rebuilding the trust and connection that once defined Chadam. The pair desperately needs more shared airtime and emotional buildup to recapture the magic of their love story. Will the young and the restless deliver on a Chadam reunion, or are the writers steering Adam toward a different path? With the new year approaching, the show has a golden opportunity to reignite the passion between Adam and Chelsea. But if they fail to seize it, fans may be forced to say a bittersweet farewell to this iconic pairing. Victor's vote of confidence. Victor's belief in Chelsea as Adam's perfect match adds an intriguing layer to the drama. While his opinion carries weight, it's ultimately up to Adam to decide his future. Will he heed his father's advice and fight for Chelsea, or will distractions and inner turmoil prove too much to overcome? The fate of Adam and Chelsea remains uncertain, but the unresolved tension between them keeps fans on the edge of their seats. Will Adam finally redirect his energy toward rebuilding what he once had with Chelsea, or will the distractions of Sally, Sharon, and his own struggles derail any chance of reconciliation? One thing is certain, the drama surrounding Adam and Chelsea is far from over. As their story unfolds, viewers can expect shocking twists, emotional revelations, and perhaps even a glimmer of hope for Chadam shippers. Stay tuned as The Young and the Restless continues to deliver the twists and turns that keep Genoa City buzzing. The Young and the Restless spoilers reveal that Sharon Newman will go under hypnosis with the help of a trained professional, so it makes sense that she might turn to Alan Laurent for assistance. Tracy Abbott already introduced the two of them, so perhaps Y&R was laying the groundwork for Alan to eventually hypnotize Sharon. Whatever the case, it's been established that Alan knows how to use hypnosis to recover memories. This would be an excellent opportunity for Alan to put his skills to good use and help Sharon try to figure out what really happened during her blackouts. Of course, the most important blackout transpired the night Heather Stevens faced a grim fate at her apartment. If Alan can help Sharon uncover what actually went down, then she'll find out some shocking news. It's easy to imagine Sharon recalling a woman's voice since Jordan was there doing Ian Ward's dirty work. Sharon might even remember overhearing a phone call if Jordan contacted Ian to say it was done. Although Sharon may not be able to identify the real culprit right off the bat, especially since it's believed Jordan is in prison, she might remember some crucial clues. Since Sharon also blacked out the night of Phyllis Summers, Michelle Stafford, crash, Alan may help her recover those memories too. Sharon might remember a woman behind the wheel of the truck that Phyllis has been flashing back to. Perhaps Sharon could start connecting the dots based on some hypnotherapy sessions with Alan. This could lead to a major breakthrough in the case, which could turn up the heat on Jordan and her partner in crime. For a while, Y&R offered hints that Alan might actually be his evil twin brother, Martin Laurent. It seemed like the show might pull off some wild twist, but they've backed off those hints at this point. Maybe they decided to drop the whole twin swap thing, since we have enough villains running around thanks to Mayan and Jordan. It'd be a shame to lose Tracy's sweet love story with Alan anyway. Regardless, the Young and the Restless spoilers say Sharon's upcoming hypnosis could change everything, so stay tuned for updates on what she'll recall and predictions on the fallout. Is where you want to be for sizzling Young and the Restless spoilers, predictions, updates, and news, so make us your favorite hotspot. In a delightful turn of events, actress Haley Aaron, beloved by fans for her roles on General Hospital and The Young and the Restless, has just shared the happiest news of her life. She's expecting a baby. The announcement, which she revealed through an emotional social media post, has left her followers overjoyed and eager for details. A heartwarming reveal. Haley Aaron took to Instagram to share the exciting news, posting a series of stunning photos that featured her glowing with happiness and cradling her growing baby bump. The caption read, "Fans immediately flooded the comments with love and congratulations, with messages ranging from, 'You're going to be the best mom,' to 'This is the kind of joy we all needed today.'" Keeping it under wraps. Though Haley has always been open with her fans, she managed to keep her pregnancy under wraps until she was ready to share the news. Close friends and family were reportedly in on the secret, but the public announcement came as a complete surprise. In a follow-up story, Haley expressed her gratitude for the support. "It's been such a beautiful journey so far, and I can't wait to share more with you all. Thank you for the love. It means everything to me." Fans and co-stars react. Haley's announcement didn't just excite her fans, it also drew a wave of love from her fellow actors in the soap opera world. Laura Wright, Haley's former General Hospital co-star, commented, "Oh my gosh, so thrilled for you, mama-to-be, sending so much love." Melissa Claire Egan from The Young and the Restless chimed in, "This is the best news. You're glowing, Haley. Can't wait to see this little one." The outpouring of support highlights the strong bonds Haley has built during her career, and it's clear her colleagues are just as excited as her fans. A new chapter for Haley. Haley, who has portrayed complex and memorable characters like Kiki Jerome on General Hospital and Abby Newman on The Young and the Restless, is now stepping into a new role, motherhood. While details about her due date and other specifics remain private, she has hinted that she's looking forward to embracing this new chapter with all her heart. In a recent interview, Haley shared her thoughts on balancing her career and personal life. "Motherhood is going to be a new adventure, and while it's a little intimidating, I've always loved a good challenge. I feel so lucky to have the most incredible support system." What's next? As fans celebrate this joyous news, many are wondering what it means for Haley's future projects. Will she take a break from acting, or will she find a way to balance her professional and personal life? Haley has yet to confirm any upcoming roles, but insiders suggest she's focused on preparing for her baby's arrival. Knowing her dedication and talent, it wouldn't be surprising if she finds a way to juggle both worlds seamlessly. Fans overjoyed. The news of Haley's pregnancy has brought a wave of positivity to her fan base. One follower summed it up perfectly. "Seeing you so happy and excited for this next step is inspiring. Your baby is already so loved. A bright future ahead." Haley Aaron's surprise baby announcement is more than just news. It's a reminder of life's unexpected joys and the power of community. As she embarks on this new journey, fans and friends alike are cheering her on every step of the way. In a twist that no fan of The Young and the Restless saw coming, Peter Bergman, the iconic actor behind Jack Abbott, is bidding farewell to Genoa City. After more than 3 decades of unforgettable performances, this shocking news has left viewers wondering, what's next for Jack, the Abbotts, in the future of Y&R? A legacy like no other. Peter Bergman joined I&R in 1989, stepping into the role of Jack Abbott, a charismatic yet deeply flawed character whose journey captivated millions. Over the years, Jack has been at the center of the show's most dramatic and emotional storylines. From his fiery rivalries with Victor Newman to his tumultuous love life and his role as the Abbott family's de facto leader. With his sharp wit, commanding presence, and complex layers, Jack became a cornerstone of Y&R. Bergman's portrayal earned him multiple Emmy Awards and the adoration of soap opera fans worldwide. But as the saying goes, all good things must come to an end. Why is Peter Bergman leaving Y&R? The decision to exit the show wasn't made lightly. In a heartfelt statement, Bergman explained, "After 35 incredible years, I feel it's time to step away from Jack Abbott and explore new chapters in my life and career. Playing Jack has been a privilege, and I'm eternally grateful to the fans who have supported me through every twist and turn. This isn't goodbye, it's see you later." Rumors suggest that Bergman's exit may pave the way for fresh storylines and possibly even a major shakeup within the Abbott family. However, the actor has assured fans that his final episodes will honor Jack's legacy and give viewers closure. The end of Jack Abbott, or just the beginning? I&R spoilers have teased that Jack Abbott's storyline will take a dramatic turn in the coming weeks. As whispers of his departure spread through Genoa City, Jack finds himself grappling with decisions that could reshape the Abbott family forever. Will Jack step down as the head of Abbott? Will he finally find peace in his personal life, or will an unexpected tragedy strike? Insiders hint that Jack's exit will be tied to a powerful emotional storyline that will leave fans in tears. One spoiler suggests Jack might leave Genoa City to reconnect with a long-lost love or seek redemption for past mistakes. Others speculate that his departure could involve a shocking betrayal from someone close to him. Whatever the case, Y&R promises a send-off worthy of the beloved character. Who will replace Jack Abbott? The big question on everyone's mind is, who could possibly fill Peter Bergman's shoes? While no official announcements have been made, fans are already buzzing with theories. Some believe that a recast is inevitable, while others think Jack's role may be retired altogether, with the focus shifting to other members of the Abbott family, like Kyle or Ashley. If a recast happens, it will need to be someone who can honor Bergman's legacy while bringing a fresh take to the character. The future of the Abbott family. Jack's departure will undoubtedly leave a void in the Abbott family and at Abbott. Will Kyle step up to take over the family business, or will Ashley seize the opportunity to reclaim her place at the top? And how will Diane, Jack's current love interest, cope with his absence? Fans can expect plenty of drama as the Abbott family adjusts to life without its patriarch. With power struggles, emotional revelations, and potential new alliances on the horizon, Y&R is setting the stage for a new chapter in its rich history. A farewell to remember. Peter Bergman's exit from Y&R is more than just the end of an era. It's a moment of reflection for fans who have followed his journey for decades. Whether you've rooted for Jack, cried with him, or been frustrated by his choices, there's no denying the impact he's had on the show and its viewers. Bergman's final episodes are expected to air in early 2025, so fans still have time to prepare for what promises to be an emotional goodbye. In a jaw-dropping twist that no one saw coming, The Young and the Restless, Y&R, has pulled off one of the most shocking plotlines in recent memory. Heather Stevens, presumed dead and long gone from Genoa City, has suddenly reappeared, leaving fans and characters alike in disbelief. But what does Heather's miraculous return mean for the residents of Genoa City, and more importantly, for Daniel Rumalotti? Let's break down this electrifying storyline that has everyone talking. The mystery surrounding Heather's return. For years, Heather's absence had been a painful chapter in Daniel Rumalotti's life. Her untimely death left him devastated, forcing him to rebuild his life while harboring lingering guilt and questions about their last days together. But now Heather is back, alive and well, and her reappearance is far from a simple reunion. In a recent teaser episode, Heather shocked Daniel by showing up unannounced at Crimson Lights. The look of disbelief on Daniel's face said it all. This wasn't just a casual comeback. She carried an air of mystery, her eyes revealing pain and secrets she has yet to share. How did Heather survive? The burning question on everyone's mind: how did Heather survive? Theories are swirling, and the writers of Y&R are keeping fans guessing. Witness Protection Program. Could Heather have faked her death to escape a dangerous situation? Perhaps she stumbled upon a sinister secret that forced her to go into hiding. A villain's plot. Some fans speculate that a classic soap opera villain orchestrated her death as part of a larger scheme. Could Ian Ward or Sheila Carter have been involved? Amnesia or trauma? Maybe Heather was injured and lost her memory, only to recover recently and remember who she truly is. Whatever the truth, her return is bound to unravel more secrets that could shake Genoa City to its core. Daniel's emotional turmoil. Heather's reappearance couldn't come at a more complicated time for Daniel. He's been trying to move forward, pouring himself into his work and forging new connections. However, his unresolved feelings for Heather were evident from the moment she stepped back into his life. Their emotional confrontation at society had fans on the edge of their seats. Heather's cryptic words, "I came back because you deserve the truth," hint at a bombshell revelation that could either reignite their love or push them further apart. Adding to the drama, Daniel's current relationships and alliances could be thrown into chaos. Will he rekindle his romance with Heather, or will her return expose old wounds that can't be healed? The impact on Genoa City. Heather's return isn't just a personal matter for Daniel. It's said to create ripples across Genoa City. Her legal expertise and family ties make her a formidable player in the town's ongoing power struggles. Paul Williams' connection. Heather's return also brings her closer to her father, Paul Williams, whose own absence has left a void in Genoa City. Could this storyline pave the way for Paul's comeback? New alliances and rivalries. With Heather's sharp mind and determination, she could become a key figure in ongoing corporate battles, perhaps aligning with the Abbotts or even taking on Victor Newman himself. Fan reactions explode online. The Y&R fanbase has been buzzing with excitement and speculation since Heather's return was teased. Social media lit up with reactions, ranging from shock to anticipation. Heather Stevens is alive. This is why I love daytime drama. Y&R never disappoints. Daniel's heartbreak over Heather's death was one of the most emotional arcs. I can't wait to see how he handles her being alive. Calling it now, Heather's return is tied to a huge Newman Abbott scandal. This is going to be epic. What's next for Heather and Daniel? The path ahead is anything but clear for Heather and Daniel. Will they find their way back to each other, or will the secrets of Heather's disappearance drive them apart for good? Fans are already bracing for the emotional roller coaster that's sure to come. One thing is certain, Heather's return is more than just a reunion. It's a catalyst for drama that will ripple through Genoa City for months to come. The mystery of her survival, the secrets she's keeping, and the impact on Daniel's life promise to keep viewers glued to their screens. Drama is reaching a boiling point in Genoa City as The Young and the Restless delivers one of its most jaw-dropping twists yet. Heather Stevens finds herself in a harrowing situation, escaping from captivity, while Daniel Ramalotti and his daughter Lucy scramble to protect a secret that could change everything. What are they hiding, and how does Heather's escape tie into the chaos? Heather's nightmare, a daring escape. The episode opens with Heather trapped in a dark and foreboding basement. While her disappearance had been a mystery, it's revealed that a mysterious captor had been keeping her hidden away. Using her wits and courage, Heather manages a daring escape, clawing her way to freedom. The moment Heather emerges from the shadows is one fans won't soon forget. Disheveled but determined, she stumbles into the nearest safe haven, only to realize her nightmare is far from over. Her first stop? A tense confrontation with Daniel and Lucy. Daniel and Lucy, a secret that could destroy them. Heather's return to Genoa City puts Daniel and Lucy on edge. While viewers were initially led to believe that Daniel's concern was purely for Heather's safety, his reaction hints at something far more sinister. "You don't understand what you've done," Daniel says to Heather in a hushed, panicked tone. His words suggest that Heather's escape has inadvertently exposed a secret he and Lucy have been desperately trying to keep under wraps. What could be so damning that even Heather's safety pales in comparison? Some fans speculate it may involve Lucy's biological mother, Daisy Carter, while others believe it could connect to Daniel's dark past with Phyllis Summers. Heather's discovery, the key to the mystery. As Heather pieces together the events that led to her captivity, she begins to uncover clues that could unravel Daniel and Lucy's carefully guarded secret. A cryptic diary entry and a suspicious phone call hint that someone close to them may be pulling the strings. Adding to the tension, Paul Williams, Heather's father, steps in to investigate her disappearance. His sharp instincts lead him to suspect foul play, but even he can't predict the explosive revelations waiting to surface. Fan theories run wild. The unfolding drama has the young and the restless fans buzzing with speculation. What if Lucy accidentally uncovered a secret about Daisy, and Daniel's been trying to protect her? I bet Phyllis is somehow involved. She always has a hand in Daniel's troubles. Heather's escape is just the beginning. There's no way this story ends without a major fallout. Social media is ablaze with theories, with some viewers even suggesting that Heather's captor could be tied to a much larger conspiracy within Genoa City. The fallout? What happens next? As the tension builds, the stakes have never been higher. Heather's resilience and determination could either bring her closer to Daniel or tear them apart forever. Meanwhile, Lucy's involvement in the secret adds another layer of complexity, putting the young girl in a moral dilemma that could shape her future. Will Heather's escape expose Daniel and Lucy's secret? And if it does, how will it affect their lives and their relationships with those they love? Don't miss a moment. With secrets, betrayals, and high-stakes drama, The Young and the Restless continues to deliver must-see television. Tune in to see how this thrilling storyline unfolds. You won't want to miss what happens next in Genoa City.